Hello to all of you who are interested in Python programming language. Thank you for being with me in another educational video of this powerful programming language. Let's go to the discussion of calculations with the dictionary. What do we mean by dictionary calculations? These calculations can be finding the minimum or maximum member or sorting the dictionary. Suppose we have a dictionary D containing the names of companies along with their stock values actually. This is our dictionary D, and these are, for example, its members, which are the names of this some companies as keys, and also the stock actually values as values. These are just for examples and nothing important here. They should not be meaningful, just for understanding the concept. There are no other purpose. Okay, let's see what is the minimum of this D. You can see that it works based on the keys, since these keys are strings of letters. This minimization will be alphabetical. Let's try the max, and you can see that it works similarly. Now if we want to have the minimum and the maximum values, one way is this. Min D dot values, or for example max D dot values. But let's say that what I'm looking for as min or max are key and value pairs. That is, we want to know which key this value corresponds to in this state, in this condition. What should we do? If we want to have the pair together and both reading and writing the code is easier and faster, we should use a zip. How does zip work? For example, consider variable a is equal to 10, a tuple, for example 10, 2 and 3, and a tuple b, variable b containing a tuple again, but this time these are actually strings x, y and z. Okay, run this cell too, and let's see the list of zipping these two variables together. You can see the output here. This code puts the elements together and returns them as a pair. This order is important. For example, consider a list zip, this time B and A. The first element is what is considered to compare the minimum or maximum. That is the order of the elements inside the zip is important. So in the example of companies, you can use a zip like this. Let's see what was D, and you can see it here. Now let's use the zip to find the minimum pair. D dot values and D dot keys. okay, missing a parenthesis, and you can see the pair here. We wanted this minimization to be done based on the stock value, or which was the amount. The same approach can be used for sorting actually. Instead of a minimum, we can have the sorting here. The same code, but it should be sorted, and actually and you can see that these are the sorted ones. If we add another data to this dictionary D, this is our D, the definition of dictionary D, and we want to add another member to it. For example, OLP and 120.2. Let's show the D again. Now let's run the sorted code again here. This is the sorted code, and you can see that if the values are equal, the keys are the basis of comparison. So I saw the zip feature. Pay attention to a point that, for example, suppose we have a D2, which is the output of, which contains actually the output of D dot values and D dot keys. Now let's print the minimum of this D2. Okay, now let's print the maximum of that. You can see that we get an error. The point is that when we put the zip result in a variable like this, an iterator is created, which means that this variable can be used only once. So be careful about this point. Now if you don't want this to happen, you can act like this. For example, print, do not use any variable actually, minimum of the zip of format of this D dot values and D dot keys, and also you can do the same for having and printing the maximum one. You can see the result here. Okay, the next discussion is to find commonalities in two dictionaries. So let's go to the markdown mode, insert a square sign, consider a space, and write the topic. Finding commonalities in two dictionaries. Finding commonalities in two dictionaries. Okay. Dictionaries have keys that are unique. That is, there is a set of keys. Values can be non-unique, but keys must be unique. So you can perform set operations on keys and key value pairs. For example, suppose that we have a D1 dictionary containing these values. Excuse me, this is B, and C, which its value is 30. Okay, and consider another dictionary. D2 is like this. For example, let's have copied in order to avoid the extra typing. A is the same 10. The value of B here is 25, and here we have a D key and its value is also 30. Okay, I forget to put closing a curly brace. Okay, now we want to find the common keys, so we can act like this: D1 dot keys and D2 dot keys. Okay, thus the set operators can be used here. For example, we can act like this: D1 dot keys minus D2 dot keys. The keys are available in D1 but are not available in D2. We can act like this, and this is C. Actually, we can do it in reverse. Actually, the keys are available in D2 but are not available in D1. Or for example, we can do the same on items, actually not only keys, items. The items which are available in D1 and which are not available in D2. And also the common items which are available in both dictionaries. For common items we need the and sign. You can see the result. Consider D3 as a dictionary which keys are D1 dot keys for key in D1 dot keys except, for example, A and something like this, for example, Q. We want to make D3 from D1. We want to have D1 keys except A and Q. Okay, let's show what is now D3. Actually, these are we just defined the D3's keys, so just the keys are showing to us. Okay. The next, this is enough for here. You can actually consider values for these two, but I do not want to waste your valuable time, so let's go to the next discussion. You can do it by yourself actually. The next discussion is to remove duplicates from a sequence while keeping the order. Go on markdown mode and put a square sign, consider a space, and removing duplicates from a sequence while keeping the order. Okay, run cell and have the empty cells. Okay, suppose we have a list like for example a L containing some integers like these actually these are just for instances and are not necessary meaning of full integers here. I just want that you figure what the exact concept is, and then no more purpose. Okay. Let's show the set of this L. You can see the output here. If we just want to remove duplicates, the easiest thing to do is to put this list inside a set. But in this case, the order is not preserved. To keep order, the best thing is to use a set and a generator function. We said that the characteristic of these functions is yield. Yeah, let's define such function. For example, let's name it eliminate duplicates with the input arguments items. Let's define a variable scene items, which is at first an empty set, and let's have a for loop for item in this scene. Actually, this is scene. I made a mistake. Scene items. If item not in items, excuse me, these are items, these are our input, not in here. We want the scene items. Okay. Yield the same item, and of course you need to add this scene item to your scene items set. Do it like this. Okay, now let's call this function with the input argument our L list, and it returns an object. If you want to see the output, you need to apply a list on it. Eliminate a duplicate on our L. Okay. Oh, I made another mistake here. Okay, again and again, and we run the cells, and you can see the results here. If we have a list of dictionaries, let's try. You can see that in this way the duplicates were removed, and actually the order was preserved. But let's try another example, which is a bit more complicated. For example, consider this D. For example, containing these dictionaries. Let's copy paste them in order to avoid the time consuming typings. Let's now see what is the output of calling this eliminate duplicate function with the input of D. Okay, we get an error because the type dictionary is unhashable, because in this case the interpreter does not know that it should compare the keys of the dictionary with the items in scene items, or use the values in the dictionary as a basis of this comparison. So let's write this function more generally. We want to consider a key for this function. Let's have the definition of this eliminate duplicate function here. We want to have a key here which has a none as a default value, and we want to have a variable here which is an item if key is a none, actually the default value, else consider it key of this item. And here we want to have if val, actually nothing. Let's run it. That is, this function works as a before if the key has a default value, otherwise it sets the key as a criterion. Let's apply the list function and the calling of this eliminate duplicate function, and input arguments are d, and the key is a lamp n, and this n is for a. Okay. Again, the unhashable type of dictionary is the error we got. Actually, I think it should be well too. No? I think it should be well. Okay, the problem where that I forgot to replace the item with well in a place. Okay, now let's again show our D, and you can see the differences here. You can see that the duplicates are removed. Let's add another member to this D. And B 80. Okay, you can see that the list object has no attribute D. For lists, we have to use append. Okay, let's show this D again. Again, let's apply this code to it, and we want to eliminate the duplicates here. And you can see the differences here. When we told to the function to consider the keys as the basis of comparison. It looks at the keys A1, B2 is available in the scene items, is not available, so add it. A10 and B2 is not available, so add it. A1 and B2 is available, so eliminate it, remove it, do not add it to the scene items. A20 and B40 is available in the scene items, so add it. Of course, although the A20 is available in the scene item list, but scene item actual set, but the B80 is not available. But because, however, because we told to the interpreter to consider the keys as the basis of comparison and decision making, so it eliminated this member too. Okay. Now let's tell to the interpreter to consider both of them, keys, and we want to consider the A1 and the B1. We want to consider the both of them. Let's see what will it do. Okay, maybe we need okay, you can see that in this way, because B80 was not available in the scene items, so the interpreter added this member to the list too. Here both A and B are considered, so only if both elements are repeated, this member will remove the duplicate. Using generator functions brings us to the goal of generality. For example, if we want to delete repetitions in a text file, we create a text2.txt file. Let's do it. Let's here let's have a txt file here and name it, for example, text2 .txt. Type a few lines inside it. Okay, these are not important and do not necessary to be meaningful. Okay, so let's have copy paste some of them. Let's save it. Okay, we'll come back to the Python environment and with the method of with open copy And we want to write it, read it actually as if it is better to consider two backslashes here. Okay, for aligning we want to apply the eliminate duplicate function on this f object. Print that line. In this way, line by line of this input text will be the eliminate the input actually of this eliminate duplicate function. Actually, I wanted to say that line by line of this txt file will be the input of this eliminate duplicate function. See the result here. Let's compare it with our txt file. The first line is available, the next one is available because it was not repeated and duplicate. The third one is available, the fourth one is available, the fifth one is available, the sixth one is available, the seventh one is available, the eighth one is available, the ninth one is available, but the 10th one, which was duplicate, was removed. Okay, so it is working correctly. You can see that the duplicates have been removed. The next discussion is the naming of a slice. Let's go on markdown mode. Insert a square sign, consider a space, and write the topic naming of a slice. Okay. Here we want to start. The discussion of slicing and indexing is very widely used in programming. Consider a string A, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and for example we want to have the 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, and 20. For example, something like this. Suppose you have made a system, and in this system these two numbers indicate the output voltage and power. It means that certain parts of this data are important for you. Let's define a VP variable which is R. This should be as slicing works. String indices must be integers and not tuple. Okay, let's apply the tuple function. Why doesn't it work? Actually, it needs to be let's have we here and square bracket notation and slicing were like this, and the start was inclusive and stop was exclusive. Why doesn't it working? What is what do you think? Okay, the problem where here we should consider column and not actually commas. Let's define the same variable here. Okay, let's show this VP again, and you can see this here. Oh, what? Oh, we got a mistake here. Maybe 32 and 35. Maybe the mistake was here. Okay. In this way, these two numbers can be extracted. If a significant number of lines are similar to the lines in R and calculations are to be performed on these numbers, this method is difficult to use. Alternative solution is this one. Let's consider a variable which is named a volt and use the slice of function and also the PRW as another variable which will contain the second number. Let's show the volt and let's show the PWR, which was power. Now we want to consider this VP as we can, for example, work like this, act like this. Okay, and we can also show it. Generally, we can use this slice in many cases. For example, consider a list L, which is a list of these integers. So for example, consider these and consider A as the output of applying a slice on 3 and 5 indices, and you can show the LA. You can see this is the output. You can show this, and you can see that the outputs are the same. You also can change these values by this. Okay. Or for example, you can even delete the value here. You can see the L, and you can see that the two related members are deleted. In general, slice has start, stop, and step. For example, if we define, for example, another A, which is the output of slice of indexes 1 to 10, and with the step of 2. If we want to see what is the A start, you can see the result, the A stop, this is the output, and the A step. Now this is the output. Okay, thank you so much for watching another tutorial video of Python programming language. I highly recommend you to stay tuned, since still lots of practical tips are awaiting for you in the upcoming lectures. Have a nice day.